I hope I'm audible. Okay, first, in the meanwhile, we've got the presence of the chairman of the AI committee, Dayanivas Sharma ji, who is a Central Council member, and I wish to take this opportunity to thank him for inviting me here. And friends, well, we just saw in the previous presentation what ICI is doing, what this committee is doing. I think the ICI has taken great steps, especially this committee, which is a committee which is just 6 months old. It was formulated in February itself, and look at the amount of work which it has done. I think that all of you must be convinced that this GPT, ICI GPT is something great. So how do we show that with a big round of applause for the chairman, for your very old Central Council member, who have been doing... Pardon? Marathon baby, yes. Okay, friends. Well, let's just, before deep diving into it, just let's take a look at what's happening. What's happening? Well, are businesses changing, or is the way business is being done changing? What is happening? The way it is done is changing. Just give an example of what is changing. Just give an example of how the business was done previously and how is it done now. What is changing? Zomato. Restaurants was a place where we used to go. Now what is Zomato doing? It is bringing the restaurant to our house. And what is Zomato? Does it own even a single food outlet? What is Ola? Does it own even a single taxi? So, is it a technology company? Well, partially technology company, or we may say they are aggregators. So, the restaurant business is the same, but the way that business is being done has changed. What about, how do you buy a shoe now? Most of us buy a shoe online. This is what is happening. How do we buy a mobile? We buy it sitting at our house. So this is how business is changing. And what is the reason for that? Why are these businesses changing? Just because of one thing which is called technology. Technology is why it has changed. And now let's come back to our profession. Is our profession also changing? Now, when I used to do my training, which was way back in 1984, do you know the only task which we had? Those who are of that era would be knowing, there was just one task which we had to do. Tally the trial balance. Do you all agree? And now, for those who are young, they would be laughing at us. And you know, the first task which I was given when I joined my training, how many of you have seen a telephone directory? Ab to obsolete ho gayi, but name and numbers are written. I was handed over a telephone directory and told first 50 pages ka total kar dijiye. This was the task which was given, and not to me, to every person who joined the firm. To test the patience and to test our totaling, because all we had to do during our training was totaling. Ledgers total, cash book total, checking the posting. And how we used to total? There was a facet machine. You punch the numbers, pull the lever. Punch the number, pull the lever, and a printout would also come. So that was the only task. And in my firm, there were 2 audits, which were like Kala Pani. It took 3 months to tally the trial balance. 3 months. And when the difference came below 30,000, complete. And what was the difference? Do you know what we used to do with the difference? What was done with the difference? It was a line item in the profit and loss account, either on the debit side or a credit side. If we saw any balance sheet which did not have this, we knew some adjustment has been done. So this is where the profession was. This is how it started. Then came calculators. People said, don't use calculators. Mind will stop working. But did it stop calculators from coming? Did our mind stop functioning? They came. And totaling became easy and slowly redundant. Then came the other big invention, which was called computer. People said, don't do computation through computer. You will forget how to make a computation. And 234 ABC interest you will never be able to calculate. And friends, actually, today, we may find it difficult to do a computation manually, or to calculate 234 ABC interest unless we sit with the act, etc., and make it a point, I have to calculate it. But does it matter? Did it stop technology from coming? Another example, faceless assessment. What are the three stakeholders in faceless assessment? One, the assessee. Second, the assessing officer. And third, the consultant. There are three main stakeholders. All three did not want faceless assessment to come. But could they stop technology? It was unstoppable. No, it's not whosoever would have been the Prime Minister, or whosoever now comes, technology cannot be stopped. One person comes, because it is during his tenure, then it is said it is because of him. But it is the whole paraphernalia. Dayanivas Sharma ji sitting here may come, may go, may be in the council, may be in a different committee. But AI and ICI will always go forward. Those who are there make a difference. Either they speed it up, or they have the capability to slow it down. But technology will not stop. It is our adaptation. Today, within 6 months, such a tool has been able to come up. If not 6 months, it would have taken a year. Now, we proudly say that we are the first country in the world, first professional body in the world to adopt AI in such a manner. Otherwise, we would have said we are the second or third. So friends, technology is bound to come. It is coming. Previously, it used to come in small steps. Now it is coming with the speed of a bullet train. It is coming at a great, great speed. So that is what the change is happening. That is what is changing, what we do, how we do, when we do, and where we do. This is all that is changing. And because of technology. And specifically, if you ask me what in technology, the storage which previously was in big tape drives, now is in small chips or over the cloud. The speed, the sensors, and the connectivity, all that has changed drastically, which is why this change is coming at such a speed. Now, what is AI? We come to the topic. Well, AI, I think all of you know, is, just to put it simply, is AI is trying to build human-like capabilities in a machine. That is AI. When a machine is able to understand what we say and give an appropriate answer, it is artificial intelligence. That is the simple explanation of AI. A small example of how AI is used every day. There's a small story behind these Google Maps also. something which I think all of you must be using every day. You don't realize that you're using AI, but actually, I think in a city like Bangalore, you cannot do without AI. First, before starting, you have to see which route should I take. What is the time taken by this route and time taken by the other route. Another example of AI is DigiYatra. How many of you have used DigiYatra? I think most of you have used. So what is DigiYatra? When it was launched, you had to scan your boarding pass. Today, that has also been done away with. You can simply walk through, because when you upload your boarding pass, it gets captured by the airport. I think soon, very soon, a day will come when the moment you book your ticket, it will automatically be transmitted with your name, with your mobile number to the airport, and no need for scanning, or that also will go away. This is how technology is moving. Coming back to Google Maps, what happened was, in London, somebody said, let's try to fool Google Maps. So what he did was, he put 100 mobile phones in a cart, that airport cart which comes, set the location to the same place, and started pushing it over a bridge. Now, everything became red. Because how does Google Map work? It works on the number of mobile phones in the vicinity, the speed at which they're moving. So when this happened, Google became smarter. What it did was, it started even ascertaining whether you're traveling by foot, you're traveling by a two-wheeler, you're traveling by a four-wheeler. So this is just how technology evolves and things change. Now let me give you an example of how AI works. Now suppose I want to give the machine or the AI tool a picture of either a cat or a dog. So first, what will I have to do? First, I will have to train that machine. I will have to make the machine understand. So what I do is, I come up with these images and tell the machine, something white in color, having pointed ears, is a cat. Something black in color, round ears, is a dog. I tell that. Give it to the machine. Give these images. The machine processes them and divide. Then I come up with this creature. When this creature comes up, okay, I put it here, and then this is how I divide it. Then I come up with another creature. Okay, and then so many pictures. Now, when I am able to give the machine all the possible images of a dog or a cat, what will happen? Will the machine be able to identify? Because it has all the data which is available, and the image will match one of those or very closely resemble one of those pictures which has already been fed, it will be able to understand. Now, why is this possible today and was not possible beforehand? Again, because of the computing power. Today, the expectation of everybody is that as soon as I ask a question, as soon as I give a command to the machine, I should get an answer. Are you prepared to wait for even a second? That round gola which comes, the day it comes, today income tax return will not go. Today the site is very slow. So because of the ability to store vast amount of data, to store all the images of dogs and cats, the ability to retrieve them within seconds is available. That is why we can identify these images. We can use AI. That is why it has become popular today, which otherwise, in spite of having the data, was not possible previously. Now, we come to something which everybody is talking about, ChatGPT. Now, why is this? Why is everybody talking about ChatGPT? The reason is simple. Netflix took 3.5 years to reach 1 million users. Facebook, which is very popular, took 10 months. And ChatGPT just took 5 days. When something is used by 1 million people just in 5 days, it is very obvious that it will become the talk of the world, not just one country or something. Now, another question, ChatGPT versus Google. Who's going to be the winner? Who's the winner? Google. How many of you say Google? And rest? If I ask, only half the hands will go up. How many say ChatGPT? Balance ko abhi pata nahi. Okay, some of you who say Google first, give me the reasons. Why Google? Yes, sir. Sir, let me rephrase my question. Sorry if, let's remove ChatGPT from here and put Gemini here. No, Bard has been renamed as Gemini. Today, so that's the same. My simple question is, AI versus a search engine. Google is a search engine. AI, ChatGPT is a AI tool. So, who will be the winner? Anybody for that browser, Google? If you ask ChatGPT, you do not get the answer, but if you ask Google, then? So, well, okay. My take on this is very simple, sir. It's a no competition sort of match. The days of a search engine are numbered. Today, the only reason why we use a search engine is because we are too accustomed to it. It has got inbuilt in our habit. Whenever we want something, the first thing we do is Google it. We don't say we are using a search engine. It is synonymous, we just say Google it. So, now what does Google do? What does a search engine do? It picks up the keywords from what we type and finds everything on this universe which matches that criteria. It comes out with at least 1 million answers. We look at the top 4 or 5, find what we want and proceed. Now what does an AI tool do? AI tool first understands the question which we have and pulls up an accurate answer. If the answer is not appropriate, suppose you are using a browser, the answer is not appropriate, what you will do? You look at the second option, you look at the third option, you look at the fourth. We can do similarly with Google, with an AI tool. If the first answer is not appropriate, we need to rephrase our question. But do we actually want to look at 5 things? We are asking a question and we normally, or 99% want just one answer. So it is just because of the habit that we still look for things like, we still use search engines. Now, friends, one small thing I'd like to tell you, we have the chairman of AI committee here, Dayaji. He gave me a small task also. He said, Manu bhai, you have one task to do here, that you have to ensure that everybody sitting in this hall, before your session concludes, will have to start using an AI tool. He's done half of the work by showing you that ICI, GPT and getting, rest I have to do. Otherwise, he told me you'll not be allowed to leave this place and you'll have to stay in Bangalore till you do this. So friends, just a small task. Everybody please take out your mobile phones and type gemini.google.com. And when it says hello to you, just please tell me. For those who have not used it or are going to use it for the first time, it says, do you want to open apps? Say, not now. Please, everybody, help me out, otherwise Dayaji will not let me go. Gemini.google.com. No, not app. Just go to the browser. App you can download afterwards. वो एक बार agree कराएगा terms and conditions से. For those who are using it for the first time. Aya, somebody got it? Hello? Yes. Number of people got it. Please help those sitting next to you if they are unable to get it. Acha, one more thing, friends, which I quite often encounter. All those above a certain age, when we speak about AI, say, my time is over. Now it's for the young kids. Let them do it. Why should I bother? I have learned GST, I have learned Companies Act, I have learned income tax. Isn't that enough? You're trying to teach me technology also. So friends, what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to show you how easy it is. There's hardly anybody who cannot use Gmail, who cannot use Google, who does not use video conferencing, Zoom or something like that. So why be shy of this new thing which is coming in? So everybody's got it? Most of the people have got it? Yes, there you were saying something. नहीं, mail account तो होगा ना. You have a mail account in Google. हाँ, तो फिर it'll just come. You don't have a Gmail ID. अच्छा, तो you need to have a Gmail ID. Because it's a Google product, na. So therefore you have. Rest all have got it? Okay, now friends, before I move on to show you one or two, three things about this, I'll ask you a simple question. Now, when Dayabhai asked all of you, I think some of you are from the industry and most of you are in practice. This is the feel which I got. So, and for practicing chartered accountants, I think the biggest problem is availability of skilled staff, time constraints where you have to work very tight timelines, and the increasing cost of hiring help. These are the three major concerns. So now, if a client comes to you and says, Ki, I have a private limited company, and I'm about to hold the first AGM of my company. Please draft an agenda. What will you do? The first thing which most of us would do is look into our old files, try to find an old agenda, and cut, copy, paste. If that does not work, somehow or the other, we have old companies where the first AGM agenda is not available, then the next best thing is that helpline, phone a friend. We call our friend and say, please help me. Again, if that is not available, then we'll have to take out the act, go through the whole procedure and feel a bit miserable. Now, let's find another way. We have this Gemini. Ask Gemini to do that. Just ask Gemini to draft the agenda for the first AGM of a private limited company. Got it? Checked it? Okay. How many of you have got it? A number of people have got it. Okay. For those who have not got it, or let me try and show it to you. You got this screen? Now, I am a slightly lazy type of person, so I don't want to do the typing also. please draft an agenda for the first annual general meeting of a private limited company as per Companies Act 2013. Now see, does it help us? Pakka? Is it helpful? I only understand this, Daya Bhai has taught me. So friends, I just wanted to show you how simple it is. It is in our hand. And I'm very sure that in future, Daya Bhai, when he goes back, he will incorporate this in the ICI GPT also. Probably it may do it even now. I'm not sure. It may not. But even if it does, very good. Even if it does not, it's just trying to show you the power of AI. Now, let's move a bit forward. One or two other applications which I'd like to show you. Now, again, yesterday when we were coming to Bengaluru, Daya Bhai was with me. He met somebody, and that person met him and was speaking a lot to him. I asked him afterwards, he said, that person is the owner of a chemical manufacturing company, a medium-scale chemical manufacturing company, and he wanted to offer Daya Bhai his internal audit assignment. And he said, Daya Bhai, I want to give you an internal audit assignment. Please send me a proposal for the same. Now, again, friends, what will happen? Well, again, most of us have that same problem, less resources, scarcity of time. We don't often find it very convenient to even make the biodata of our firm. That is also a tedious sort of task. Now, preparing a proposal is even a bigger task. What do? Can we try it here? Let's see what this does. We are a practicing chartered accountancy firm in India with 4 partners. We have been approached by the management of a medium-scale chemical manufacturing company for its internal audit. Please prepare a proposal for the same, highlighting our expertise in the chemical manufacturing industry. Does it help? And friends, this is exactly what Daya Bhai did. He added his firm name here also. And before that person could reach his office, the proposal was already there. So does it make life easy? Will you all start using AI? Pakka? Tell me. Acha, and friends, this is just the start of it. Now what will happen? When you've sent a nicely drafted proposal, what will happen? The management, if it's such a nicely drafted proposal, will obviously get impressed. What is the next step? It will call you for a meeting. Now, there are two options. Either you go unprepared or you go prepared. How do you prepare yourself? Use this again. What do you do? The management is impressed by our proposal and has called us for a meeting. Please give me some talking points with special emphasis to inventory control of a chemical manufacturing company. Now it has given you pointers. What are the challenges in a chemical company's inventory management system? So when you go to the management, you have an in-depth knowledge, you have a fair knowledge of what are the problems such industry faces, what are the areas which you should be addressing, and you are not unprepared. Helps us? Okay. अब क्या होगा? Yes, Deva, you want to say something? You can come here if you want. Oh, mic has come.
So one point which I would like to add is when Manubhai is using this particular tool, in our CA GPT, what happens is we have a complete technical guide on hotel industry, IT and ITES operations. When you talk about cement industry, when you talk about educational bodies, when you talk about anything which is there, so many publications of institute has come. This entire publication, which is industry-specific publication, are today available on CA GPT also. So what will happen is this all will take you to a total different level when you are going to talk about how many publications are there? Again, I ask you all question. How many publications are there in the institute? Guess.
Must be thousands.
It is maddening. Yeah. So that I just wanted to add there because you use this example.
So now friends, what happens? Still work not done. This is just to give you a complete example. The management was impressed with our discussion and has decided to allot the audit to us. Please prepare an engagement letter as per ICAI standards. And you get a letter. And well, friends, let's discuss. Let's stop for a minute here, take a break. I'm going to show you one or two more things. This example is still not complete. Now, Dayabhai is talking about ICAI GPT. What is the difference between, say, this, which is Gemini, or say, Chat GPT, or say, the ICAI GPT? What is the difference? The difference is the area from which it is searching for an answer. The previous example which I gave you of a dog and a cat was basically when you've put in the pictures of all dogs and cats, it will search from that. Similarly, what ICAI has done, it has got all publications, all the material issued by ICAI till date into ICAI GPT. So that the answer for the question, instead of coming from the World Wide Web or the whole world information which may have American standards, European standards, other standards, Indian standards, so it may at times come up with answers which are from a different domain. But the ICAI GPT will come up with an answer only from the domain which ICAI is given it. ICAI has provided material regarding, say, Companies Act 2013. So it will come up with an answer only from that, not from the 1956 Act or some other act or some other thing, or some American act. So this is the difference between the ICAI GPT and say Chat GPT or Gemini or Perplexity, similar tools which are available. Now, we've got the engagement letter. Now what comes next? Next, we should have a risk control matrix. That is the next step. Please prepare a risk control matrix for the internal audit assignment. Is it helpful? Will all of you start using AI? Yes? Okay, great. Now, friends, I can continue. This is not the end. Next question I can ask it, prepare an audit program. I can ask it, prepare a tabulated audit program. And this Gemini will not give me, if I use Chat GPT, I can ask, please give me an audit program in Excel. Or please give me an audit program in PDF, whatever format you want, it will give you. So you see the power of this tool. And what it does to those small practitioners where our major constraints were availability of staff, time taken to do an assignment, high cost of doing an assignment. It helps in all these. And what is the subscription of an AI tool like ChatGPT? 2,000 rupees a month. Affordable? Here I didn't hear anything. The problem with us as chartered accountants is that paying for softwares is something which you are not accustomed to. We can go and purchase a 70,000 laptop in 5 minutes. But paying for a 7,000 rupees software is something which we'll think at least 10 times. So friends, one other thing which I would like to suggest to you is start creating a budget for technology in your firm. A budget which has to be spent on softwares. Hardware, you already have a budget and you are accustomed to spending. Because just look what a 2,000 rupee tool can do. Let me show you another example. Now, every year, the budget comes. And what do some of the big firms or good firms do? What do they do? Prepare a nice document and circulate it to their clients and well-wishers and whosoever they want. And we as small chartered accountants, having a slightly smaller, have always wanted that we should also be doing this. All of us want to do this. But what happens? Either we are short of resources, short of time, who will do it, 3-4 days pass and we think now the budget is old. Now we'll do it from next year. This is what happens. Yes or no? So how can we circumvent that? Now, for a minute, I close this and I go to ChatGPT. Now, I click on this button here, this third one, and go to downloads. I have downloaded finance bill in PDF format. Got uploaded. It's getting uploaded just. Now I say, please prepare a detailed note on the changes in direct tax provisions. Now, is this helpful? See, just by uploading the finance bill, what I get is a summary of that. And now, I can go one step further and say, please prepare a PDF file for the same with my firm name Manu Agrawal and Company mentioned on top in bold on each page. It's still analyzing. Well, it will prepare that PDF. Just let's wait. It will give a PDF with the firm name, etc., everything. So this is the capability of an AI tool. It's come. Yes. See, it's not given my firm name on every page, but I think we can make those changes. We can do whatever we feel like. Now, friends, what's the country? It's basically our imagination. The only limiting factor is our imagination. Whatever we can think of, it can do. We should give it a try. I think I'm running out of time, I believe. 5 minutes more, okay. So friends, I wanted to show you a few other tools, but I'll talk about them and give you what those tools are. Now suppose there is a presentation, or most of us today watch YouTube videos, educational videos. Or suppose I give you a video which is of 2 hours duration and say that, give me a summary of this video. How much time will you take? Obvious answer is 2 hours to listen and another half an hour if you have to rush it. If I say I want this work done in 5 minutes or 2 minutes, can you do it? How? Okay, I'll tell you. Again, AI tool. There's an AI tool which is you-tldr.com. TLDR stands for too long did not read. u-tldr.com. This is the tool. u-tldr.com. Get the TLDR of any YouTube video in seconds. All you have to do is get the link of that video, paste it here, and say TLDR it. TLDR, as I told you, is too long, did not read. So what it will do is, it will give a complete transcript of the video. And if the video is of 20 minutes or less, it will give you a summary. If it is of 20 minutes or more, then you will have to use a paid version to get the summary. The transcript, the full transcript is available. You can do your searching even in the free version. I'll try to show it. I'm running out of time, so I just want, let's try it out, okay. Let me go to Audit Trail ICI. I see this video of 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 7 seconds. I click on share, copy link. Then I go back to this TLDR. Paste, TLDR it. Something went wrong. You can try it out, it will come. Achha, you have used your free daily requests. Please upgrade. So you can try it out, you will find it. You will get the full transcript of the video. So, does it help? Good tool. Now, if you have to prepare a presentation, you can simply go to ChatGPT. Prepare ten slides for a presentation of job scenario after AI. Helpful? And friends, similarly, if you go to PowerPoint, you will find a Microsoft Designer there. That will help you design slides also. It can help you come up with different kinds of designs also. So basically, the crux is that the possibilities are immense. The uses are immense. There are a lot of concerns, security concerns, ethical concerns. But when technology is coming, it is, as I told you, unstoppable. So let's use whatever is good for us. Let's take advantage of the good points from technology. Leave aside that debate of whether the ethical issues are there or not. Now, as far as security concerns, we have to be a bit careful. The security concerns are always there. But even today, when you send an email, it's either through Gmail or somebody, it is all accessible to somebody or the other. So I'm not going into those issues. That's a different sort of debate. But what I really would be happy with is that if all of you start using AI and use it to enhance your profession, use it to ensure that your profession grows at a rapid speed and helps us a lot. With this, I thank you all for a patient hearing. Thanks for inviting me once again. Thanks. Yes. I can't hear you. Either you come forward, take a mic or something.
We'll pass on the mic. Yes.
Is there any particular AI which will help us prepare a PowerPoint presentation as such?
Ajay, now one thing which I'll just tell you. Okay, I told you about a few things. Now the next question which comes is, how do I learn more? Where do I get this information? So, there I told you to spend 2 hours. I'll say just spend 15, 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes every day on YouTube and just write AI tools for professionals. Now, as far as your question is concerned, you can simply write AI tool for preparing a PowerPoint presentation. You will get 7, 8. Whatever you feel is best, you can use that. Otherwise, Microsoft Office itself, PowerPoint has a designer in it. Copilot has those facilities, but again, Copilot is a paid tool,
Yes.
so you have to pay for that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Can you use AI for? Case law says you don't need to go to Taxman. If you ask this AI tool to bring up, let's take an example, say bad debts recovered in a subsequent year. If you want Supreme Court rulings on that, you can simply say, please give me Supreme Court rulings on such and such section, which are in favor, which are against, whatever you want, you can do that. It will come up, but what I would like to say is, you have to cross-check. Sometimes it has the ability to create a non-existing case also. It is so intelligent that at times it over-exceeds the expectations. So that is the answer to another often asked question, what will happen to CAs? Yes, you can ask, it will give the legal source also, very correct. You ask the legal source so that you can check it up. So we have to be careful using AI because it's a tool which has, or it's a sword with both sides sharp. Thank
sir,
you.
Excuse me, sir.
Huh.
So I have a question regarding CA GPT actually.
Yeah.
So we have different sections, I mean direct tax, indirect tax, company law. Is it possible to integrate all of this? Because
I think going forward it will get integrated. Today, just to ensure that the traffic is distributed, it has been done this way. But someday or the other it will get integrated.
So I mean, a similar question, if it is directed towards Gemini or ChatGPT, would it actually give the similar answer?
No, it depends. As I told you, the difference is the ICI GPT will search only from ICI provided material, whereas the Gemini will search from the whole world. It may exclude certain less used ICI documents. It may include something beneficial, but at times it could be the other way also.
Yeah, depends on how we prompt.
Yes, how we prompt is very important. And again, there is another AI tool, Claude.ai, which is only for how to prompt. For example, how many of you are interested in stock market?
All of us.
All of us, okay. So suppose you want to track a company, how do you read an annual report? Annual report is of how many pages? 300 pages. How do you read that? You don't read it. Don't read. But suppose, sir, you want to read it. So the best way out is give it to the AI. Give it to ChatGPT and ask it, what are the red flags which are present in this annual report as an investor in this company? What are the adverse comments made by the auditor in an audit report? You can upload the conference calls, investor calls which take place and ask the GPT, please give me the prospects of the company. And you can compare two conference calls. It is our imagination and our ability to use it. The AI tool does not have any limitations. Yeah, first, Claude, C-L-A-U-D-E, I think it is, claude.in. Yes.
Chat GPT?
No, you can integrate whatever data. Which type of data are you talking about?
No, suppose now the Chat GPT is a separate organization by itself.
Huh?
So has they approached institute to share all the data which is
No,
available
no.
on CA
This
GPT?
institute has created its own GPT through AI, and it has its own space where this is uploaded, and it has various agreements so that the data is not shared, not used, and as thereby said, within 24 hours it will all be wiped out.
So as of now, it is not being integrated with Chat GPT.
No, no. The search engine or the AI engine is of ChatGPT only.
Okay.
That is being done by ChatGPT, but the database is limited. The answering database is limited.
Sir, is there any facility of language conversion while you do
You can
research?
say whatever language you can ask. Suppose the chairman here wants a press release of today's program. Previously, he had a lot of problem. Now he can simply ask ChatGPT, please prepare a press release for a program held by Bengaluru branch of SIRC of ICI, where 400 members attended, the speakers were such and such, topics were such and such. It will automatically create the content. कि speaker ने ये बोला होगा. And you will find 70% of it to be correct. Then he can say, please change the language and give it in Hindi, give it in whatever language he wants. Okay, thank you friends once again.
Sir, one last question.
Yeah.
What's the balance between client data privacy and use of AI? Because most of these
Sir,
go into
sir,
the web.
this I told you, this is a full chapter. We can keep on discussing, but security concerns will always be there. So it's best not to upload sensitive fields like say PAN number or something, which if you can replace it by some other code and then upload it and get your data and then reconvert it.
Yes. Thank you so much. So we probably we never imagined a CA will be speaking on the technology any day. So today is such day where we are, a CA, a renowned CA is talking about the technology, how to use the technology, and how it will help our profession. So that was a really insightful session, CA Manu Agrawal, sir. That was really good. I request Vice Chairman of Bengaluru branch, CA Manjunath Hallu, to come on the dais to hand over a small memento from the Bengaluru branch of ICI. Can we have a round of applause, please? Thank you so much, CA Manjunath.